Okay, step 1 of guided project 3-1 says open the online learning plan 03 document from your student data file. So here's the file. I'm going to open that up by double clicking on it. And as I'm going through each step that I complete, I always mark a check mark on it. Save this document as your initials Word 3-1. So I'm going to enable editing, and to save I'm going to go to File, Save As, and take a place. I guess I'll keep it in downloads, and I'm going to save it as my initials space Word space 3-1. Alright, so now it's saved with my initials Word 3-1.docx. I'm going to check off step 2. Step 3 says change user initials, name and initials. 3A, click the tracking launcher, which is located on the review tab in the tracking group. So here's the tracking group, and I'm going to click drop down arrow. That's 3A. 3B says click the change username button to open the Word options dialog box. Alright, 3C says in the personalize your copy of Microsoft Office area, type your first name and last name in the username text. So personalize your copy of Office. I'm just going to put my initials in here, even though I'm going to put my initials down there as well. Type your first and last initial in lowercase in the initials text box. So I'm just going to make it a lowercase sm. 3E says check the always use these values regardless of sign in to Office box. So I'm going to check that option. 3F says click OK to close the Word options dialog box, and click OK to close the track changes options dialog box. So I'm going to click OK once and click OK twice. Alright, moving on to step 4, it says display the reviewing panel and reject changes. 4A says click the display for review drop down list, which is located on the review tab in the tracking group, and it says click display for review drop down. And select all markup. So once you select that, you should get an area that opens up on the right hand side with all of the markups that happen. 4B says click the reviewing pane drop down arrow, which is located in the review tab in the tracking group, and select reviewing pane vertical. So you see on the left hand it puts something up, the revision screen. 4C says in the reviewing pane find where Hasmik Kumar deleted television or teleweb course. Alright, that's where he deleted. Right click this deletion and select reject deletion from the context menu. And the figure 3-95 shows you how it should look once you right mouse click on it. And I'm going to select reject deletion. Click the X in the upper right corner of the reviewing pane to close it. I'm going to close it. Alright, that takes care of 4. I'm going to save my document right now. Alright. 5 says accept changes in the document. 5A says move to the top of the document by holding down the control key. And I'm going to open up my keyboard so you can see what it looks like. So I'm going to hold down the control key and I'm going to hit the home button. So I'm down here, control, home, and you see that took me up to where it says online learning. 5A says click the next button, which is located in the review tab in the changes group, and I need to click the next button. So I'm going to click next. .5C says click the top half of the accept button, which is located in the review tab under the changes group, and I'm going to click the top half. The bottom half gives you the drop down option. The top half just accepts everything. .5E says click the bottom half of the accept button and select all changes. I already did it, but I'll do it again. And it says that figure 3-96 will show you how it should look. All of the remaining changes in the documents are accepted. Only comments are remaining in the markup area. So that takes care of 5. I'm going to go ahead and save. Let me move this over. Six says reply to a comment, mark a comment as done, and delete a comment. 6A says move to the top of the document and click the next button. So let me make sure I'm at the top of the document. I do a control home and then click the next button, which is located in the review, on the review tab in the comments group, and I'm going to click next. Alright, click the reply button in the upper right corner of the comment in the markup area. So I'm gonna click the reply, and then 6C says type done. 6D says right click the top part of the comment in the markup area and select mark comment done. And figure 3-97 shows you how it should look once you do a right mouse click. 6E says click the next button, which is located in the review tab under the comments group, to move to the second comment, not the reply to the first comment. So I'm going to click next. Alright, so that takes me down to the bottom of the page. Click the top half of the delete button. That's located in the review tab in the comments group, to delete the comment. Click the display for review drop down list, which is located in the review tab under the tracking, and select no markup so comments are not visible. I'm going to select no markup. So that gets rid of that markup area that was out there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and save my document and move on to step 7, which says add document properties. 7A says click the File tab to open the Backstage view. So I'm going to click File. 7B says click Show All Properties in the Properties area. So here's the Properties area. I'm going to show all properties. 7C says add the following document properties. The title should be Online Learning Plan. The company should be Sierra Pacific Community College District. And the manager should be Hasmik Kumar. Click the back arrow to return to the document. Alright, that takes care of step 7. Step 8 says apply styles to the document. Go to the first page of the document. Select the online learning and apply the title style. I need to go to the Home tab, Styles group. Let's see, title style. There it is. Alright, there's title style for online learning. 8B says select the subtitle, which says Sierra Pacific Community College District, and apply the subtitle style. Go there. I'm still on my Home tab in the Styles group. Click the drop down, and there's the subtitle heading. 8C says apply heading 1 style to all of the main headings, those in all caps and bold in the document. So here's the first one. Tells me to apply heading 1 style. Heading 1. Heading 1. Everything that has all capital letters and bold letters. Alright. Apply the heading 2 style to all subheadings, those underlined in the documents. Alright, so here's the first one, and I need to apply the heading 2 style to that. Alright, it looks like that's all of them. I'm going to save my document. Number 9 says insert a table of contents into the report. Click in front of the first main heading in the document that says purpose of this plan. So let's go up to the top. It says click in front of it and press Control Enter. Alright, so you see that moved it down to the next page. It inserted a page break. 9B says on the first page of the document, place the insertion point directly after the subtitle and press Enter. (9C) says click the table of contents button, which is located on the reference tab under the table of contents. And if you look at figure 3-98, that'll show you how it should look. Select automatic table 2. The table of contents displays below the subtitle. So I need to select automatic table 2. And now I have a table of contents right below my subtitle. (9E) says select the words table of contents in the table of contents and apply black text 1 font color. So I'm going to select table of contents. I'm going to go to the home tab in the font group, and I'm going to change the font to black text 1. 9F says if there is a blank line between the subtitle and table of contents, delete it. So the way to find out if there's a blank line, go up to the subtitle, put your insertion point right after the word district, and click the down arrow button on your keyboard, and see it goes directly to table of contents. So there's no blank line in there to delete. Alright, that takes care of 9F. Alright, step 10 says insert footnotes into the document. Go to the second page of the document and position the insertion point after web enhanced course and before the dash. So let's go to the second page of the document. So it says and before the dash. So I have it right before the dash. 10B says click the insert footnote button. A footnote reference marker is inserted after the text, and the insertion point is positioned at the bottom of the page in the footnotes area. So the insert footnote button is located under the reference tab in the footnotes group, and right there. So I'm going to press that, and you see it put it down at the bottom with the number 1, and you see to the right of the web enhanced course, you see a number 1 right there, and it's also down at the bottom of the page. 10C says type this is a non-OL course that uses OL tools, period, in the footnote area. 10D says on the second page of the document, position the insertion point after OL and before the space, the first body paragraph, second sentence. Let's go first, and we go to the second sentence. So there's the first sentence, and it's right there. So put it right before the space. 10E says click the insert footnote button. I'm going to go to the reference tab under the footnote group, and I'm going to click on insert footnote again. So it says in the footnote area, this footnote becomes footnote 1, and the other footnote automatically becomes number 2. So as you can see, the one that I initially put up there, I put in there for the web enhanced course. You see that moved down to footnote 2. And also if you look to the right of web enhanced course, you see a small 2 to the right of that. So it tells me to type online learning is referred to as OL throughout this report. There you go. So that takes care of step 10. I'm going to go ahead and save my document. Step 11 says modify footnote number format. 11A says click the footnotes launcher to open the footnote and endnote dialog box. Figure 3-99 shows you how it should look. So let's go to the footnote launcher, which is located on the reference tab in the footnotes group. I'm going to click here and see the footnote and endnote dialog box just popped up. 11B says select small numero uno 1, 2, and 3 from the number format drop down list. So number format, Roman numeral 1, 2, small 1, 2, 3. All right. 11C says click apply to close the dialog box and apply the number format change. So you see after I did that, it has the small Roman numerals at the bottom instead of the regular 1 and 2. So that takes care of number 11. Go ahead and save. Number 12 says insert and modify content in the footer. 12A says press Control Home to move to the top of the document. I'm going to hit press Control Home. That takes me to the top of the document where it says Online Learning Plan. Click the footer button and select Edit Footer. So the footer button is located on the Insert tab in the header footer group. And I'm going to click the footer and I'm going to go down and select Edit Footer. So now I'm in the footer section. 12D says click the document info button, which is located on the header footer tools design tab insert group, and select document title from the drop down list to insert the title document property field. So I'm going to the header and footer tools design tab. Insert group, and it says select and select document title. So it puts the document title at the bottom. Now this part is where a lot of students get confused. It says press the right arrow once to deselect the document property field and press tab to move the center preset tab stop. So I'm going to press the right arrow. So that takes me out of where it says online learning. And then I'm going to press tab and that puts me right in the center. So make sure you hit the right arrow key to get out of where it says online learning plan, and then hit the tab key and that'll put you in the center. Click the document info button, select document property, and select company from the drop down. Okay, I'm going to select that, document property, and select company. Alright, press the right arrow once to deselect the document property field and press tab to move to the right preset tab stop. So again, I'm going to hit my right arrow key and then I'm going to press tab and that'll take me to the right preset tab stop. So that takes care of 12F. 12G says click the page number button, which is located on the insert tab in the header footer group. I'm going to click that drop down and it says select current position and select bold numbers. So I'm going to go to current position. And select bold numbers. There it is. 12H says select all of the text in the footer and change the font size to 10. Figure 3-100 will show you how it should look after you do it. So I'm selecting all of the text. I'm going to go to my home tab, font group, and I'm going to select 10 as the size. Just move me out of there. Close the header and footer button by going to the header footer tools design tab and click close group. So this is one way to do it. Go to header footer tools design tab, go to the close group. You can click on that or just double click somewhere inside of the document. So I'll do it the way that they told me to do it. 13. Insert a page break. 13A says position the insertion point before the last subheading, which reads how are courses and programs selected for online learning delivery on page 2 of the report. So that's page 1. Go down to page 2. All right. Position before this last subheading. Alright, so put it right where it says how, and press Control Enter, and that puts a page break. That moves how are courses and programs selected for online learning delivery. That moves it to the next page. 14 says insert a cover page and modify content control fields. Press Control Home to move to the top of the document. Alright, that takes me up to online learning again. 14B says click the cover page button, which is located in the Insert tab, on the Insert tab, in the Pages group. Cover page, and it's 14C says select a retro built-in cover page from the drop-down list. The cover page is inserted before the first page of the document. So it wants me to select the retro spec. There it is. Alright, so put that in there. 14D says click the subtitle, which reads document subtitle, content control field handle, and press delete. I'm going to select it and I'm going to hit delete. Again, hit delete. So that gets rid of the subtitle. All right. E says click the author content control field handle and press delete. So before, what I did, I clicked inside of the author content and I deleted what was there. What you actually have to do is click on the word author and press delete, and that'll get rid of it. 14F says with the insertion point on the blank line where the author field was deleted, click the Quick Parts button, which is located on the Insert tab in the text group. So it's right there. Click the drop down, select Document Property, and select Manager. So you see it put Hasmik Kumar, put his name in there. Apply bold formatting to the company document property field. So I'm going to select everything and do Control B. Type www.aspccd.edu in the address company address field. So I'm going to type www.spccd.edu. The web address displays in all caps. You will fix this in the next step. 14J says select the address document property field. Open up the font dialog box. It's on the home in the font group. And deselect all caps checkbox and click OK. The web address changes to lowercase. Figure 3-102 gives you an idea of what it looks like. So also, if you look in the preview section, you see that it's all caps. You see that it's not all caps now. So you see that everything's lowercase now. So that takes care of 14J. I'm gonna go ahead and save my document right now, and then move on to step 15, which says update the table of contents. 15A says click the table of contents. So I need to go to the table of contents. Alright. Click the update table button, which is located right here, but it's telling me to go to the reference tab in the table of contents group and click update table. Figure 3-103 gives you an idea of what you should see once you click on that. And 15C says select the update entire table radio button. So I'm going to select update entire table, and then I'm going to click OK. Save and close the document. Figure 3-103